Welcome. So we will be having Vandana and Tania here today, who will be sharing their point of views and insights on the current situation. Both are best friends and both of them made separate different decisions. So let's get to hear from them. Hi Vandana, hi Tania.
Hi,
Thank
So
you.
we will be speaking about the current situation here. So I have a few questions to ask, if you may start.
Yeah, sure.
So where were you when everything started unfolding, and how did you feel at first?
This was on 28th of Feb, and it was a Saturday. I was at home playing mahjong with my friends, and then suddenly we heard some sounds, and our friends panicked, and then we saw some news. And at that time, I told them nothing to worry about, everything is going to be fine. I'm sure the way will handle it very well. So that was my first immediate reaction to this.
Okay, I was at a client meeting actually in JBR when all of this happened. And while we were talking, he just said that, oh, the airspace has closed again. And once we started looking at what's happening, it was like, suddenly somebody heard a bomb and there were just stories of what's going on. It was very uncertain because a few people were saying different things. I reached back home. We were due to go for a couple of parties that night. Everything was cancelled. We started getting texts from friends. Children were at home at that time. So it's the first time we've heard something like this. It started with Abu Dhabi and we could hear sounds all the way in Dubai. So yes, it was a bit of a panic instantly to know what is this.
Yeah.
So what was your reaction when people started to know exactly what's happening here in Dubai?
So I think it took us 2 days to figure out what exactly is happening. And I think living in Dubai, we feel too blessed that we don't know what is happening and what's in the entire world. We just feel very safe and protected here. So once we started to know, there were a lot of people who were calling us from India, especially family, friends. Then I was talking to a lot of friends here, and I came across two set of people. One who were positive, who said everything is fine. Tania is one of them. And there was another set of people, this will happen, that will happen, there'll be no oil, there'll be no electricity, internet will go off, water will not be there. Panic buying started happening for groceries and everything. So there were two set of stories that I was listening. And on top of that, the Indian media was showcasing back in India. And then back-to-back calls from family to just leave and go back to India. So that was the situation. And, we were just contemplating what to do. And we had no idea what should happen, what will happen. But at that time also, we trusted that everything is going to end very, very soon. Maybe within a day or two, there'll be ceasefire and not escalate further.
Yeah, I think for me it was a very mixed reaction because this is the first time, to say that we are part of a war. None of us have been into a situation like that. So it was very exactly, is this something that is happening right now? And I think once the situation became more clear, and like she said, everybody had different and mixed views. Me and my husband, I think on the second or the third night, actually sat down kind of considering what everybody is saying, and we decided that we need to decide more with a sense of clarity and responsibility that, where this is home for now. It's been for the last few years. So is it a panic, get up and go? Or do we need to think about, calculate our every move? Do we need to stay here, think, a lot of aspects come into picture at that point. Financially, do you want to just leave everything and go? You've got house staff, you've got pets, you've got, children's daily activities. Do you want to uproot them suddenly and take them? So I think it was more, let's sit and clarify. Let's have our plan B, plan A ready. And then if things, because everybody around us was packing, making like a safety quick bag in case they need to run. Yeah. So I told my children, just make a little bag and keep it. So they kept their toys, whatever they thought was essential at that point. We made a few bags, just with our essentials, and then we thought we'll just see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to leave or stay here in Dubai?
I decided to stay. I think we were having a quick conversation. Should we leave, stay? I decided to stay with my family here, get a bit more clarity on what's going on, and then take a step and decide. Because, with regards to the UAE government, we didn't feel a sense of panic, even though we could hear from everywhere, abroad calling us that, this is happening, that is happening. But in Dubai, everything was well managed. There was traffic on the roads. There were, children were off spring break, but at the same time, there was, malls were full, people were still out and about doing their daily respective tasks. So we decided to stay.
And for us, I remember we were sitting together, group of friends, on Holi. It's an Indian festival, and I was in a situation that day that let's all leave. They tried teaching me poker that day, and I was not in the mind frame. And I said, I am leaving. Let's all go. Let's all go to Oman, and then finally tomorrow morning, let's go.
Yeah.
And they were all just making fun of me, and they're just trying to calm me down.
Yeah, but I knew she'd probably go. So I was like, I called her at night. I was like, what did you decide? And she's like, I've booked my tickets and we're going.
Yeah, so I told them, let's book the tickets. Let's, there are refundable tickets. Even if we don't plan to go, let's just do something. So any which way, Chetan was not very keen to leave. And I convinced him that, we need to, because the kids were getting really scared with the sounds. And when I told them that we'll leave, they didn't want to go as well. So they love Dubai so much that they were not ready to leave. But then we thought, okay, let's just take it day by day, like how it's unfolding. We decided first, let's just go to Oman, stay 1 or 2 days, see how the situation is, and then let's decide what to do next. But because of a lot of calls that we were receiving from India, from friends who had already left, that kind of FOMO that sinked in that, okay, everyone is leaving, maybe something is really wrong. So we decided to just go for a few days.
And probably that, made us reach to a point that we should have a plan A and a plan B ready in case something, the situation just goes out of control. We at least know we had, I think somewhere looking at her, we had planned our routes, where we want to go, what we want to do. And if push comes to shove, we will do it. So yeah.
As you were in India, what people exactly thought was happening, or what was actually happening here in Dubai?
So first thing first, when we got into the flight and we are just almost 1 hour away from India, our flight went like that. And I actually thought that we are crashing. And that's the moment I realized that there's no way that you can escape anything unfortunate that could happen to you. And I wasn't sure if I'm running from it or towards it. So it became very clear that we have to stay put. As soon as we landed in India, there was some sense of calmness that, okay, we have made it till here. But after just a few days, when we met our relatives, when we met our friends, I started feeling even more anxious than I was here. And then I was constantly in touch with her, because Indian media is showing everything random. And the problem is that here people are reading valid sources of what is happening in UAE, and people are living the ground reality here. But what Indian media shows there, and source of news is YouTube. So YouTube is just working on how many views can you get from whatever you put there.
And I think it was YouTube, AI, and a lot of old news that they were taking out, and just because they need something to talk about.
So it wasn't monitored. But I was talking to Tania constantly, and she would show me her videos that she is out on the
and we
beach.
had gone for a staycation, because most of the good hotels in Dubai were offering, just a sense of calm to people, that why don't you, like resident offers, why don't you come and do something? And we're like, by this time, it was like 10 days into it, everything is a bit more stable. Every time, there is an alert, we would just head inside. So why not go take a little mind off what's going on and go for a staycation? And then I was showing her videos that, it's full, it's packed. Everybody with the same mindset is out.
Yeah.
So how did the kids react, and what influence did it make on you in specific?
So initially I did panic, and kids, obviously they can sense the fear if the parents are going through, and they also panicked. But then later, when we went from here, they started missing home, and after 4-5 days they wanted to come back to their room, come back to their house. And that's it. And they were a big motivation, telling us that everything is fine. They were in constant touch with their friends, and they stayed put. They didn't go. So my elder daughter kept coming to me and kept saying that, everyone is fine. I want to go back. I want to meet my friends. My friends are here, there. That motivated us that, okay, we don't want to raise the kids in this fear, and we should not show them that any situation like this, they should just run away.
Because also, you know,
Yeah.
however the parents are feeling, it reflects on the children.
children.
If you panic, they get panicked. If you take it very calmly, so like I was giving them very selected information. So it's not that they should not know what's happening, but at the same time, I would tell them that, you know, this is what's happening, and, you know, give them selective information. And after that, it was, you know, a lot of pool days at home or something or the other, just to, you know, do things, maybe use it as family time and bonding. So I think in the end, we all just enjoyed being with each other for a while longer.
So this was like COVID times.
Yeah.
But in just COVID times, we knew that we just have to stay at home.
Yeah.
In this, we are out and about doing everything that we are doing, and but the sentiment is same. And this is a time when you can balance it out, spend more time with family, and just be around each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
What made you come back after 10 days?
I thought you were going to come back before. I knew she was going to be back, but 10 days, yeah. What made you come back?
So I'm not sure. Have you heard about the story that whenever there's a storm, the ostrich just digs its face in the sand, and then it thinks that okay, everything is fine and nothing is happening and the storm has stopped. So I felt that after a few days when I was there, that I'm just hiding right now and I'm avoiding what is the reality. And this is home. Like, I don't see myself living anywhere except for Dubai. And I trust it so much. There was a panic that I left, but then when everything was going fine, I just realized that, you know, there's no avoiding the situation. Better to get back to reality sooner than later and face it. And I'm actually so glad to be back. Yeah, I wanted to be back sooner, but because of the Eid break, we just thought, okay, just let's extend it for 2 or 3 more days.
So what does trusting a country exactly mean to the both of you?
So I think the trust in Dubai is not a blind trust, it's an observed trust. Over the past many crises that Dubai has faced, it's evolved even stronger. The visionaries, the government, they make sure that, you know, everything is taken care of. So I feel very positive about being in UAE, and even in the time of uncertainty, I feel that I'm very safe and protected here.
And I think for me, Dubai has given me a lot with regards to, you know, business opportunities, lifestyle, safety, things we couldn't experience back in the UK or in India, as a matter of fact. So it has been a very 360-degree revelation moving to Dubai. And I feel we are emotionally invested in Dubai as residents now. It's not just, you know, come and go. So we love you, Dubai.
Thank you, Vandana. Thank you, Tania, for being here.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for sharing your insight. So obviously, I have felt so positive with hearing your thoughts and point of views and what you've been throughout in this current situation. I hope the listeners will also be having such a positive feeling and positivity across.